Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 21 of our Advent Calendar reviews. Today, we'll be reviewing Transformers Legacy United Vector Prime. Now, as you guys notice, he is missing the wing bits right here and here. This copy I bought brand new, sealed. The tape wasn't broken. Everything else was there. Instructions, the little white piece of paper. The box was fully complete and sealed. This guy did not come with the wings, which pisses me off immensely, considering that, well, I bought this guy for full price, retail price, and he was missing them. But now I could return it. I bought it off of a reseller on Mercari, which I contacted him. We worked something out. He said if I ever buy anything from him again, I'll get a 50% off discount, which honestly was very sweet of the guy. I respect that. But it just sucks because now I'm missing these wings. I've had this guy for about a year now. Never got around to buying an upgrade kit because just haven't had time nor the money. And when I do have the money, then I don't have the time. And when I have the time, I don't have the money. You know? So that's just fun. But that's not why you're here. You're here to watch me go on about this guy. Vector Prime here is based off of his appearance in, I believe, Transformers Cybertron? Or maybe Energon. All I know is he appeared... excuse me. All I know is he appeared in the one of the two 3D animated series, with Armada being the only 2D animated one. Goated story, even that one, by the way. Haven't watched it yet, but all the snippets and parts I see from it, it's honestly really nice looking. So, I'll get around to it eventually. Just takes a while. But, wow. Stuttering already. I love that. Vector Prime here is based off of his alt mode in that series, and his just overall appearance is based off of that. Vector Prime is a solid and well put together figure with this very nice alt mode. All the cogs and gears that you just see around him, everything is beautiful. These parts are symmetrical too, so symmetrical sculpting on each side looks lovely. Same thing here. The underside of the alt mode, well, those are clearly his arms right here. And I would say remove them, but they're on a double mushroom peg in there. And the shoulder pad gets in the way, so you cannot remove these to make the alt mode flatter. The underside also has this chest piece right here, which looks inconspicuous to say the least. Well, you could do something like this, have like a laser. Pretty cool though. I also like this a lot. This piece right here is a solid continuation of everything that we've seen with this front sword design here, which is nice. The middle of the alt mode has his blue Cyber Planet key, which if you grab his sword right here, let's just pop that out, is secured in with two tabs right here and here into a slot right here and a slot right here. So yeah, under there we have some more sculpting detail, which is beautiful looking. So that's nice. We'll put these off to the side for now. The rest of the alt mode is nice. On the back we have two thrusters from the G-axis sculpting. A lot of the limbs here are kept the same. A lot of the new tooling is going to be in the torso and arms, but for the most part a lot of it is the same. So yeah, design is overall really nice. The cogs, the gears, little knickknacks and details all throughout, they're nice. I like them a lot. With that being said, let's go into size comparisons now. For deluxe scale, we have Alchemist Prime. For Voyager scale, we have Alpha Trion. Seeing a little theme here, guys? We're doing Age of the Primes figures for scaling. Because why not? Also because I don't have any other Armada figures. And for leader class, Megatronus Prime. Oh, I did do his wheels right. There you go. Should wobble. Yep, nice and solid. Megatronus and not Alphatron, Megatronus and Vector Prime are the same length, but in robot modes you will see quite a difference between these two. So yeah, reel the camera back in. Alrighty, now let's get into the transformation. First thing I want to do is come to the underside and pull the arms up right here and here. Pull these off to the sides like so. Push right here. That's going to bring this out. Pull the head out like so. Rotate this piece and push it down. Make sure this tab right here goes into this slot and not above like this. You want to make sure it goes under that. You don't want it up like that. You want it under. So do your best to make sure it gets under. Bring the shoulders up like so. They should click in there softly, and if they don't, they will still be there securely. Bring the pauldrons up, and they will click in, so that's nice. Push about here and here. Pull these little wrist pieces out, and flip out the hands, and push them back in. Next thing I want to do is untab these panels right here from the sides. Split the legs, and start shifting all these parts out. Rotate this piece upward with this tab right here going to this slot. You want to rotate these pieces right here and here. Let's see. Angle this like so. Then you want to come down to here. Untap this tab from the slot right here. Just like so. Flip up the feet. Collapse everything. Flip this piece around and it'll fill in the rest of the leg. Same thing on the other side. Just like so. Rotate the waist. And there is Vector Prime. Man. Sorry if everything's going by a little quick tip with today's video. I gotta make another one for the 22nd. Because on the 22nd, I'll be spending the night with my grandmother. Which will be nice. And because I'm spending the night with her, I won't have all my equipment with me. No, on the 21st. Because the way I've told you how I usually do these videos. I record them the day before the video's releases. For example, today, I'm recording this video on the 20th. While tomorrow, I'll be recording the 22nd's video on the 21st. So on and so forth. You know? So yeah. With that being said, let's get into G-Axis. G-Axis here is a solid figure, and is honestly a really nice looking one. The one downside is his waist is really loose, so if I do this, that's his ass on the front. I do this, right there. Do I gotta keep showing? That's the only thing that's not solid about this guy. Besides that, everything else is. Also, let me come to the back real quickly. As y'all can tell, some part right here was removed. I removed some of the excess plastic right here because when I do that, this allows me to collapse everything up here. And that gives, I'm blanking on Vector Prime. Don't know why I was blanking on his name, but I was. But that gives Vector Prime more of a profile. Well, if you have him like this, they don't look as imposing or as Prime-like. I don't really know what I mean when I say Prime-like, but Primes I always felt like should have a bit of a regal or imposing aspect. Megatronus gets the imposing aspect, while Vector Prime or Solus Prime, for example, let's bring her over, Solus Prime has that more regal aspect. Not only because of the purple, if you know royalty back then, purple was quite a common color used by them, but because of the gold highlights. Prima here isn't regal in the usual sense, but he's more regal with the design, with the more knightly aspect, you know, the silver, the metallic blue highlights. They're sparse, but they're used in a way that makes them feel very regal, very powerful, very, like a very high position, you know? So yeah. Vector Prime gets those details down to a T. Vector Prime here looks like he's regal. He looks imposing. He looks like he's a very important character, which is very nice. I want that out of a figure here. Along with that, we also have this very glossy chest piece right here, which I love, by the way. You can... Hello? You can see him... Hey, you can see me. You can see my reflection in that. That's cool. I didn't realize it was that reflective. Damn. Like if I put my hand over that light, you see my hand on that. You can see my fingers on that. What? That is a very, very polished piece. That's cool. But like I was saying, Vector Prime here is a very solid looking figure. And besides the waist, my copy of Vector Prime is very solid. Now, there's a lot of very finicky copies out there. And you know what? I would have taken a very loose copy if it meant I had the damn wings. Because I could at least fix looseness. Some people... Perspective Ends copy of Vector Prime. His figure did the waist thing. I believe there's a few other problems. And his figure's face wasn't glued. It just came off. Which I'm amazed it didn't come off with the open packaging thing, you know. Because obviously Legacy United was the last Legacy, or was the last Transformers line to do the open box packaging. No, Takara, they just went with the closed box design up there. With their leader class figures being in closed boxes. And I think their Voyagers were too. Not sure about the deluxe class though. It was their Studio Series leader classes though, if I remember correctly. They had the closed box packaging. Then obviously with Studio Series figures in the Leader class Studio Series figures in the US eventually started getting the closed box treatment too. To be fair, with the way they packaged some of those figures in Leader class with the open window, like Optimus Primal, for example. The way they packaged him, ooh boy, that was very unfortunate looking. Looked like he got crucified, I think. 1 second. I'll see if I can pull up a picture of his open box look. Transformers Studio Series Optimus Primal packaging. Let's see. No. I think it was just a very bad example that I saw once. Yeah, see, we have like a closed box variant, then that open box variant. They packaged them in beast mode too, by the way. That confused me. I get they used the beast mode on the box, so maybe that's why. But they packaged all the other bots in robot mode, so packaging Primal, their leader, in beast mode was a touch weird to me. Have they made Ape Link yet? Actually, 1 second. Let me look this up. Transformers Studio Series Ape Link. Not a point. Transformers Studio Series Ape Link. Oh, they did. What? Oh, that's kind of cool looking too. Look at them. I like that faceplate that they got going on them. Alt mode's a little different too. You're all here for that though. You're all here for the video and stuff. You see, I've mentioned this before. I get off topic very easily. I am not a bright man at all. So yeah. Let's go into the details. The chest, like I was saying, is beautiful. And I love the metallic blue solar panel-like detailing we got around it. Along with this very polished bulb piece in here. And there's 2 slots right here and here, which you can place Vector's Cyber Planet key into. Just like so. So you can have some more blue in there if you want it. Which is one of my preferred ways of storing this. But we will get to the other one in a little bit. No. Okay, I thought I was going to drop that piece. Scared me for a moment. Face of Vector Prime is honestly gorgeous. I love the sculpting and I love how the face looks. This metallic teal is wonderful. And if we do get a new mold for the Age of the Primes Vector Prime, I pray they use this head. This is a very beautiful sculpt. So I don't mind if they bring this head sculpt back. It's gorgeous. And I'm content with it. It looks beautiful. It looks wonderful. So yeah. The shoulders are new tooling from the original G-Axis mold. So they look nice. Obviously they move the same way, but they are new tooling because of this new shoulder pad attachment right here. Everything else below the shoulders here, though, is the original G-Axis mold. So you still get your basic points, your biceps, your elbows, your rotations at the wrist, and thankfully opening hands. Which is something I'm happy has become is something that's become a standard with the Voyager class and above figures of the Primes. Prima has opening hands. Alphatron has opening hands. Onyx has opening hands. Vector has opening hands. Megatronus has opening hands. The only one I don't think has opening hands is Amalgamus, but that's because his hands are molded to be open already. Which honestly I don't mind. And I hope I get that. I hope I get my hands on that figure soon. It looks beautiful. Let's see. The only Primes I'm currently missing that are released right now is Onyx, Micronus, Quintus, and how am I blanking? Amalgamus. I was blanking on his name already. Jeez. I want Amalgamus so bad. He looks beautiful. Before we go into the rest of the figure, we will go into new tooling though. The new bits of tooling here in robot mode is the head, this whole chest piece right here. The shoulder attachments right here are from G-Axis. The shoulders are brand new. And this piece right here that helps connect the hips is a brand new piece. So this, one second, let me grab the sword. This piece from here to these parts right here, this single piece is new. While these and while the hip parts and the rest of the leg is from the original figure. Or the original mold, G-Axis. Now obviously, these parts are brand new as well. And obviously the cockpit is a brand new piece right here. Besides that though, everything else is about the same. Very slight differences in the original molding, if there is any more. On the back but since we're at the back of Vector Prime, let's go and talk about the other Cyberplanet key attachment that I was talking about. This key can attach right here, just like so, which is nice looking. Obviously, since these figures are smaller scale and aren't as chunky, they don't have the old electronic or flip-out gimmicks like the originals did, which is a touch unfortunate, but hey, just how it goes at times. Which honestly, I'm not complaining. It's just, stuff gets too pricey. And because stuff gets too pricey, sometimes stuff like that just happens. Does it suck? Oh, you bet your ass it does, but hey, I will gladly enjoy a figure with more articulation and looks more accurate if it means I lose a gimmick. And I'm just happy they included a gimmick at all. No, they did not have to sculpt a gap in here to slide the Cyberplanet key into. So I am grateful that we have at least somewhere to port it in. Along with that, though, we also have the option with this this port right here to plug it into the sword, just like so. Put it in Vector's hand, and that looks nice too. And I do prefer, this is my most preferred method, as yes, it does make the sword look a little more clunky at the hilts. I do enjoy it because it also covers up this random red brick that we have here that's on the sword. Since, if you make the entire sword out of clear plastic, that's asking for it to break. So having an option to cover that up at the right angle looks nice. Vector Prime here, though, is well articulated and is honestly a very beautiful figure. I love this mahogany purplish red that we kind of have going, along with the gold highlights, the tealish blues. This figure is gorgeous. Does he have issues? Yes. Every figure has an issue, even the most perfect of perfect. But Vector Prime here is still a beautiful looking figure. So, with that all being said, let's go into articulation. If you all ever handled G-Axis, it's pretty similar. No, head looks up that far. Looks up that far. down that far, side to side, and full 360 because of it being a ball joint. Arms go up that far, down that far with the shoulder transformation stuff. Goes up that far, and back that far when you're using these. 360 rotation at the bicep, slightly past 90 elbows, 360 at the wrist, and hands open. The winglet pieces back here, if I had the wings on them, are on hinges, so they can move all you want them to. This is on a mushroom peg, so it will rotate, and if I had the wings, they'd be able to rotate around. Figure has a 360 rotation at the waist, as y'all saw earlier. Legs can go back that far, and forward, and whoa. How have I never realized how high this guy can kick? Holy shit. He can kick up that far, and legs can go out that far. 360 rotation at the thighs, definitely way past 90 on the knees, and quite a good ankle tilt. And foot rocker as well because of transformation. Now, I gotta get Megatronus transformed for size comparisons. So I'll see you all in a little bit. This shouldn't take too long. Alrighty, got the other guys transformed. So yes, let's do this. For Deluxe class, we have Solus Prime, looking as lovely as ever. For Voyager class, we have... Just love the ankles on this fucking figure. You'll be hearing all my complaints about her once we get to the Age of the Primes figures. We have... I just realized my camera's like so far out. There we go. Voyager class, we have Prima. And finally, for Leader class, with some readjustments on the legs, just to make sure you don't fall over, we have Megatronus. Now, this leaves the question, is Vector Prime worth it? At retail? No. There's too many QC issues going around with this figure for me to, in good faith, recommend you all this figure. The figure's good. It's made from a really good mold. But with the amount of QC issues I've read and heard about, I don't feel right recommending this figure at retail or higher. If y'all find this figure for cheaper, like Deluxe class prices or somewhere between Deluxe and Voyager prices, I'd say go for it. But paying retail for this, and with how much of a problem QC is with a lot of these guys, I can't recommend this figure at full retail or higher. It just won't feel right to me. What I will say though is this mold is wonderful, and if you don't like if you don't like Vector Prime, go for G-Axis then. Just a heads up, G-Axis, instead of yellowing, greens, because of the shade of white that his figure is made out of, which honestly I hate. I don't hate the shade of white. I just hate that instead of yellowing, which would look decent on him, he turns green, which that bothers me immensely. So yeah, with that all being said, that's about it for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.